Show you how to take a Respondus exam for statistics. So all of your exams in this class are going to be taken online using Respondus Lockdown browser. So to access the exam, you must open up the Lockdown browser application that you've downloaded onto your computer. And from there, you're going to be prompted to log into your JU Blackboard course. So after you log in, so I've already logged into my Blackboard course here, you're going to go to week 6. So week 6 is where the exam lives. Okay, so just scroll down until you see the exam. So I'm going to open the practice exam right now. It's going to tell you that you have 30 minutes. Your actual exam will be an hour and 30 minutes, but here for the practice exam, 30 minutes, you have to complete it in one setting. So let's go ahead and begin. Notice that the first question has a part A and a part B. If you come across a question that has multiple parts, then in your answer, you need to make sure that you type in A and B so that I know exactly which part of your answer is the answer to part A and which part of your answer goes to part B. So you want to make sure that it's very easy for me to see your answer and easy for me to grade. You can type directly into the answer box here using your keyboard, or what you can do is you can hit this f of x math editor bar here. So let me double click on that. And you can type all of your answers in here. So in this box, you've got a lot of different mathematical notations here. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer to both part A and part B. So for the practice exam, all you're doing is practicing writing in your answer. Now, it's important that you make sure you show all of your work so that you can get full credit and partial credit just in case your final answer is incorrect. So here I'm going to show what I typed into my calculator as part of my work. So I'm using normal CDF for this problem, so I'm going to show exactly what I typed into my calculator. And I want to take my answer out to 2 decimal places. So as you can see, it's very clear what my final answer is. Okay, so equal, that's my final solution. And then I'm going to keep working in this math editor page here. I'm going to go ahead and type in my answer for part B. So for part B, again, I'm going to use normal CDF to solve this problem. I'm showing all of my work here. So 1280, comma, 1083. All right, but the last part here, I need a fraction. So notice that I clicked on this little button up the top here because I want to type in a fraction. So I want to type in 194, and I want to show that I'm going to divide it by the square root of 16. So notice here you've got the square root symbol. I can type in 16, take my arrow key on my keyboard, move it out, close my parentheses, and then type out my final answer. Okay, then press accept. You'll see that your answer pops up down here. Now, let's say I've made a mistake, which I made a mistake here. I'm missing a 9. So let's say I want to correct my answer. So to do that, what you can do is you can highlight your work and then double click on that F of X button again. It's going to pull back up what you've typed in, and then from here you can edit. So I just want to add in an extra 9. Okay, and then once you're ready, you can just save your answer. Okay, so notice that at the top here, it auto saves your work as you're taking your exam. Okay, all right, let's go to question 2. Now, question 2 has 3 parts, so we're going to do the same thing again. Part A, I want to show that I'm using one variable statistics on my calculator, and my answer is x bar. So I'm going to push this button F of X here to get to the math editor. And I want the notation that shows X bar, which is sample mean. So you can actually type in sample mean. You can actually type it out if you want to. That's okay. That's totally acceptable. Or if you want to use the notation, then if you go up here to this tab right here, you're going to see that there is a little math equation thing for X bar. So now I can type in X bar equals 63.8, okay? And I need to make sure that everything looks good. Okay, so you can type your answer in like that. Let's go to part B. So, oops, did I finish answering part A? Nope, so part A, I need to also write down what the standard deviation is. So I'm going to highlight this again, go back to the math editor, okay? And then I'm also going to write down here, I'm going to press enter and write down sample standard deviation. So you can either write it out in words or you can use the notation, which is S for sample standard deviation 2.61. Okay, press accept. And then now let's go ahead and answer question B. So question B, okay, the answer is X bar. So I'm going to go up to the math editor, choose the little symbol for the bar, type in X, and then now I can type in 63.8 again. So that's, oops, move your cursor and get that equal sign, 63.8, press accept. Okay. All right, and then now I'm ready to answer question C. So again, make sure that you label all the parts of your answers to make it easy for me to see your answer and to grade. So here, I want to show that I'm using the T interval on my calculator, and my final solution is actually I'm using greater than and less than symbols. So again, I'm going to click on that math editor. And here I want to show that the population mean is between 62.58. So I need the less than sign. So I'm going to go up here and click on the second tab, and here's the less than sign. And I need to use the Greek letter mu to show that it's the population mean. And the population mean is greater than 62.58, but less than, so I need that less than sign again, 65.02. Okay, accept. So play around with the math editor. Make sure you're aware of all the different types of mathematical notations that you can text or type. And then let's move on to question 3. So for question 3, again, you want to make sure that you show all of your work to receive full credit. So here there are no multiple parts. It's just one question. So you can just go ahead and type in your answer. So I'm going to use that math editor again. And here I want to show all of my work. So I need a fraction. So I'm going to click on that fraction bar. And I'm going to raise this number 2.575 to the second power. So to do that, you're going to see right here you have a superscript and a subscript. So just click on the superscript, and then now I can raise it to the second power. I'm going to use my arrow key here to move my cursor back down and type in 0.5 times 0.5. Anytime you're writing decimal, it's always a good idea to write the 0 point, just to make sure that you've got your decimal written correctly. And then again, down at the bottom, I want to raise this 0.03 to the second power. So I'm going to click on that superscript, raise it to the second power, and press accept. So there is my solution. And then again, you'll see that the computer will automatically start saving your answer. Now let's answer the last question here. So this last question is dealing with hypothesis testing. So I just want to state my null and alternative hypothesis. Again, I'm going to use the math editor. And here I want to show my null hypothesis, which is h sub 0. So I'm going to use this subscript here and move my cursor out using the arrow key on my keyboard. And I want to show that my null hypothesis is when the population mean equals 119. So I'm going to click on the little Greek letters here. Here is mu. Okay, and I want to show that mu equals 119. And now I'm ready to type in my alternative hypothesis. So in statistics, the alternative hypothesis is h sub 1. So again, I'm going to use the subscript 1, move my cursor out. And this time I want to show that the population mean mu is not equal to 19. So I'm going to go back to my Greek letters, click on mu, and the not equal sign, if you click on the second tab here, it's in this column, but you see there's a tiny little arrow here, so just click on that, it'll expand to give you some more options, and there's the not equal sign. So you can type your answer like this, or I've had students in the past actually just type it out. So if you want to type out null hypothesis, and then say mu equals 119, that's totally fine. And you can also type out alternative hypothesis. Let me make sure I spell that correctly. And then you can say mu not equal to 119. So that's also acceptable as well. Okay, so use whichever method is comfortable for you as far as mathematical notations. Just make sure that you're showing as much work as possible. And then once you're done, you're going to save and submit your entire exam. So don't press save and submit unless you're completely finished with all of the questions. So if you need to go back and edit any of your responses to any of the previous questions, you can do that, but make sure that you do not hit save and submit until you're ready to submit. You can press save all answers, but it's not necessary because it does automatically save as you're working. But once you're completely finished, save and submit, and you're done.